All right. Well, the recording has started. Um, I I wrote this session in the midst of also writing another session for another campaign.
Ah,
So
yes, the criminal one.
yeah, I'm excited about that one. However, I have not talked to them pretty much since that got written up. So we'll see if that ever happens or how it
Oh, in my
goes.
character
But
sheet.
yeah. But you guys got all your stuff together?
I did. But turns out my character sheet was actually in my pocket. I didn't even need to stand up.
I'm giving Zoolander.
Why is it zoomed in now? What? Why do you
Yeah,
do this, camera?
baby.
Wait, what's zoomed in?
My camera. Now
What
zoomed
I
into my
got.
face.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why. It's just
All I have is a regular skull.
It's a dice roller.
That's
I got-
cool.
Let me show you guys my dice.
What?
Hold on. I got cool dice. Oh, it's right next to me. I keep trying to get up to grab something, and it's just right next to me. I'm not. What's that?
What?
Anyway, I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but there's like an eyeball on that side of this dice.
That made me
It
giggle.
kind of floats around.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's always looking upwards, so I can't really show you.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Can you see it?
I mean, I've seen them online, so I know what it is. You said it
Rather
has
than just do like a straight
Yeah.
like camera towards my crotch. I hope that did not happen.
That's okay. I'm not complaining. It's okay. We're all adults here. We're all the boys, you know?
That's good. That's good news. I just threw that D20 in the bowl, it landed on a natural 20. This is gonna be a great session.
There you go. Good session
Great
in
session.
waiting. All right. So, gentlemen, let's get this thing rolling. So,
Alright.
You successfully won Caesar's game.
Oh yeah, I gotta
Good job. In the night of that game, you were all escorted back to your rooms afterwards. You were given a warm, fresh meal, better than most that you've had. However, your appetites were very off, as you can imagine, based on the horrendous results of that last game's conclusion. Regardless, though, you all did sink into great, wonderfully soft beds with silk blankets and extremely thick, fluffy pillows that do not compare to anything you've encountered on this journey so far. Jed, in particular, you felt very at home in the sense of the quality of the sleep you got. Daniel, this was just the best sleep you've probably ever had in terms of the comfort physically. However, both of your minds were very troubled. Xander, well, he slept like a rock. In fact, he went into a little bit of shock at the conclusion of the last game and passed out. So you kind of hauled him back to the room during that. Artie helped. However, tonight, or should I say this morning, it is about 3 a.m. The sun has not yet come out. It is still dark. And you all awaken. And although the room is dark, there are red and black shadows being cast about the room from the embers of the fire that's died down. However, you can see Artie sitting up in his bed with his sword drawn and pointed towards the corner of the room. He says, "Boys, wake up. I think we have company." In the corner.
What?
In the corner,
this
there is
cautious.
a being depicted very well by the profile picture. The shape of a tiefling, very, very tall, however, and instead of your rich red skin that you have, Daniel, it is all white like bone, except for two very bright eyes piercing out of the darkness. I will go ahead and introduce you. guys, this is actually one of my work friends. His name is Steven, although I'll probably end up calling him Cypher a lot because that's how I call him at work. Cypher is going to be joining us for this session. Does your camera work, buddy?
It does.
Okay,
I just figured that the image would be a good opener.
That was very thoughtful. That was actually very thoughtful. Hi, buddy.
Hi there.
Hi. So yeah, everyone, this is Steven. Steven, this is
Hello.
Matthew. You can see the names.
Hi,
But
fellas.
yeah. So he is going to be playing a tiefling, and we'll get into names and such here in just a moment. But yes, you awaken Artie with his sword drawn, pointed at this figure standing in the dark corner. And in taking it all in, you all also leap up from your beds. That's when you realize that this being, he is not simply standing and admiring, he's actually not looking at you at all. But in his hand, he is holding something that does not belong to him. A red sword of ruby-like material. Xander, still asleep in his bed, has not realized that he has been snatched from, if you will. Gentlemen, how would you like to address this stranger in the darkness?
I guess we call out, if we get woken up and look out and
He said he's not really
basically
looking
go,
at
who
us,
goes
right?
there? Yeah.
Greetings. Sorry, I was just admiring this lovely weapon. I haven't seen it in many a year.
You've seen it
Walks
before.
over and sets it in the middle of the room on its point and leaves it there standing on its point perfectly and steps away from it. I have.
Yes. And Artie, he chimes in. He is very bewildered by the standing sword on its own, but his sword point has not separated from aiming at this stranger. Who are you?
I am Tarnus Basalt. I am here to offer my assistance. Your and my goals currently align.
How
You, I've heard of you and observed for a time. I believe that you are after Caesar. Are you not?
I look over at oh my gosh, Andrew? I
Andrew.
think it's Andrew now. I
Andrew.
keep forgetting myself. I look over at Andrew and I'll be like, man, he kind of he's worse than Xander. I hear you're here to kill the king. King. No, but I think Jed will look over at Daniel and be like, yeah, he's worse than Xander. Yes, that is why we're here.
Which is also why I come to you here in this private space rather than out in the open.
True.
Not call this place
But-
private.
Caesar seems like he's very paranoid, like he's got ears everywhere. I'm just very cautious.
Oh, you are quite correct. He sees everything, which is part of my interest. I have business throughout the land and this city, and I do not enjoy him looking in on my business. I would like to correct that.
Shoot. I'll look over at Andrew and I'll be like, well, I guess we could get all the help we can really get. I mean, shoot. It's been last night was rough.
How do we know we can trust you?
Honestly, you don't, but I can assure you I am a businessman. Both of our interests coincide. I'm happy to provide a certain amount of assistance And if you require more, we can always come up with a deal.
Hmm.
Artie's gonna chime in and kind of lower his sword, but still he's gripping it very well. He goes, last time I checked, we went here to make deals. Now, if you say you're gonna offer some assistance, what's in it for you?
You just said that.
Yeah, well,
Getting Caesar out of my way helps me tremendously. But I also know that you will profit greatly from his demise. Or at least dethroning, however you decide to go about that. How about I give you a piece of information that you might be interested in as, say, a gesture of goodwill? I know that Caesar is in possession of someone important to you. Their name is Martha. He has her in a set of catacombs that I am aware of, but not directly certain on how to enter.
and Artie's gonna kind of like lean over to, well, Daniel, which by the way, Steven, that's so weird calling you by your first name, but we're gonna get used to it.
That's okay.
My name's Douglas, by the way. Hi. Just for some context, we're going to be calling Ben Andrew. I'm not sure if I ever let you know this, but that is his like stage name because he's currently kind of wanted. So just for clarity's sake, if we ever say Andrew, we're talking about Daniel / Ben. Daniel's the actual character name, and Andrew is just the facade name.
Okay,
So-
I will try to keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's I mess up on it too, so it's okay.
It's been interchanged quite a few times.
Yeah, yeah.
We've never
Well, and
messed up
it's-
yet in an important place, but it could happen.
Yeah, well, Xander's been the
Someone
worst
else-
about it.
I was about to say, I think I
Daniel's
punched
bad
him like 4
about it.
times. You know what I mean?
He'll just be out in the courtyard being like, so, he'll be like, so Daniel, we're gonna kill the king, and they're like, shut up.
Shut the fuck up, dude. What are you doing?
So anyway, but Artie's gonna lean over to Daniel and just kind of look at him and be like, Daniel, Andrew, I hate to, see, I just did it. I would hate to assume such a thing. I know, I just did it. But I would hate to assume or generalize, but you are the most trustworthy tiefling I've ever met. I can't speak for the majority of your people, but what do you say? Do you trust this man? At least in this aspect of taking him up on some kind of an offer. I hear the gears turning.
Ben, you look like you smelled some shit on your shoe or something there, buddy. Daniel's like mean mugging in the corner, like, damn, son.
Also, never met a tiefling I could trust.
I love how we've had like a collection of now 3 tieflings in this group, and only one has been, like knowingly good that we know of and everything. And Daniel's like, y'all are misrepresenting.
Well, the first tiefling's name was, what was it? It was awful.
Oh, I remember it. We called him Damus because it was.
Oh,
You remember what I'm
what was
talking
it?
about?
I
It
do.
was- I think it
remember
was like N-word Damus, like, or something like that.
Oh,
Like
it
that-
was.
It was.
Oh my gosh.
Like, that was what he named his character, and so we were like, how about we just call you Damus? That'll be fine. And
I
he
call
goes,
you
all right.
Thomas. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, but every time and he only played like a half a session with us.
I
That was funny.
I do not remember this guy at all. Was this up before I joined?
You only played one session with him, and that was in the swamp. With
Yeah.
Dryads.
I think I don't remember him ever. You guys ever saying his full name, so that makes sense.
Yep.
On purpose.
Exactly.
On purpose, that makes sense. All right. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
I think Jed will look over at Andrew and as everyone pretty awkward, we're all standing here, and I go, well, if we have a shared interest, I don't see what there's no point. You already know what's going on here. So if we can't trust you, then we're already dead. So we might as well trust you, right?
Works for me.
Meaning if we can't trust you, I mean, shoot, you could just go tattle and it's all over. But if we have a shared interest, shoot. We got dirt on each other, so we might as well work together.
Certainly.
We certainly don't have the numbers to oppose much who offer some kind of aid to us. So,
100%.
Answer me this.
Riddle me this.
Getting rid of the king would. Darn it. Shush.
Sorry. What's up?
So getting rid of the king is good for your business. What is your business?
I give people what they desire. You've already come across some of my work. In fact, one of my finest. You came across a gentleman named Darlow, who possessed a doll which prevented him from aging and harm. One of my finer works.
I figured that one out. Oh man. Oh man. That was cool. Darlow. Would we have known his name, Doug?
Really only from kind of like the introduction when he introduced himself on stage. Back, during the circus and everything like that, but not like you had a lot of, you had some dialogue with him, but it certainly wasn't, buddy type dialogue. So
He had a hard line though.
I tried.
He had a hard line. He did have a hard line. But yeah, you all do remember though the events at the circus, and then as soon as he mentions the doll, once again, like Jed especially, you're just like, oh shoot, you made that thing. Because Jed was actually the one that dispatched of it, and along with it, Darlow. So if you're in a position to provide that kind of power, Caesar must be a threat to you if you can't stop him on your own.
I could potentially, but there's no sense in me getting my hands that dirty by myself. Plus, it is more effective if we do this in a group. And of my observations of the area, your group is one of the most likely to be able to pull it off in a more timely fashion.
Yeah. Okay. I do have a question though about what's his name, Marlowe?
Darlow.
Oh, the
Darlow.
Daredevil. Yeah.
Marlowe the Daredevil.
What did it cost him? Oh, I was if you would know. What did it cost him?
His essence.
Oh, cool. Jed'll be like, oh, cool.
I lost my D20. Give me a second.
Just drops his D20. Oh, he left the chat entirely. Bye, Ben. Okay. It was
Alright.
Well, as far as Artie is concerned, he kind of looks to Jed and like nods in agreement to kind of what you were saying, where it's like, well, I mean, at this point, like, who can we refuse? You know, like, what good would that do us? We have so much more to gain right now. Or yeah, is that what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But then again, he looks at Daniel, and we haven't gotten an answer from you yet. You're part of the team.
I don't trust you. And we know that your work has not done good for this world. But if I had to choose one of you to be taken out, it would require your help to take out the king.
Fair enough, he says with a grin. I do not require your trust. Though I will say my services do not necessarily just benefit the wicked. I have benefited many throughout the years. Take that as you will.
You said you can get people what they desire.
Certainly. What
Is
do
that
you desire?
Is that limited to objects, money?
Certainly not. Do you require power? Objects of power? Perhaps a person beyond your grasp?
Doug. Quick paladin thing. You want to look at do you want to look at this man and just quickly ask you give me a second, I gotta find it. Is he celestial fiend?
That's an excellent question. Do I know the answer to that? I'll let him speak for himself.
Well, I don't think a tiefling's a fiend, so that wouldn't ping it. But if he's something greater than a tiefling, I don't trust it.
Legally doing his job alone.
I just gotta get a vague answer.
Well,
He just goes.
Stephen, what would you say? Would you? I mean,
What, my, like, me as a player or me as a character?
well, so Ben, are you asking him in character, or are you just trying to like just read him?
Detection thing. It's
Okay,
a
so
paladin
you're
ability.
so as a player, would you say that your character type falls into that category, or would you say, obviously there is some homebrew elements here, I'm not gonna lie, so you know there is always that, but if that answer helps, then by all means, you know.
I would say off of just like, unless you're casting a pretty hard spell to find out more, he feels like in general a regular tiefling, but you can tell there's more to him.
Respectable.
Hold on. Sorry, dog's barking in the background. I like motion Jed and Artie over to me real quick. Just like turn away from this shooter.
Give us just one moment. We all like huddle in the corner.
Just like kick him out of the call real quick. No.
What is?
I would not be offering you anything. Take a deal. Something tells me there's more that meets this tiefling than the eye.
Well, the thing is he's come out right and said we could work together. There was no deal involved. So just don't make a deal and we're safe. He wants the same thing we want. We could use the help.
I have a
I don't see
feeling
any
he'll
harm in it.
attempt to make some deals with us. Just do not be tempted.
Okay. I won't.
I
was
also
yeah.
won't. He would have to make a very, very good cause for me to make a deal like that. I do think we're all on the same page for the most part. If we're going to get through this, we need to take any tools that we can access, any help we can get, even if it's not from a super reliable source. I mean, we've met plenty of people on this island that have been one way or another. Still, if Caesar is a threat to him, of all people, what do we have to lose?
All right. So long as we're sure on that part. Now turn back towards him. All right. What's his name again?
Tarnus.
Tarnus. What's your plan?
We find the way into the secret catacombs, where I believe he is holding 1, your friend, 2, the item that he is able to keep eyes on everything in this city. With my considerable talent, I am able to get around, especially under the cover of night, to a degree. But during the day, he sees most, if not all. Be cautious.
Is that another rogue? I swear.
What?
I just swear if there's another rogue and that's joining this party. This has been
I turn to Daniel and I go, no, he's Batman. Leave him alone.
I have a deal to make. It's justice.
just
Swear to me.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Why'd you say that name? Martha, why'd you say Oh, shoot, man, that's funny.
Well, I think we are all in agreement of sorts. And he's saying this to the group, but to Tarnus as well. We will accept your help, and we will offer ours to an extent. However, we are going to be looking after ourselves. You're not our friend, but you are for a moment, an ally. Understood?
Acceptable.
All right. So, during this particular setup, like I said, it's very, very early morning. Dawn is a few hours away. It occurs to the group as you're conversing about all these matters with Caesar and his abilities, also the things that Tarnus pointed out about Martha and her whereabouts. It's occurred to you that you haven't seen much of this enormous palace itself, and what better way to kind of get a look at it, other than cover of night. Like, this is probably the best it's going to get. So, and this is gonna take some teamwork right here. But in this particular session, we're going to be exploring a little bit more of this palace, going around, and obviously due to our setup not having visuals, I will do my very best job to break down what you're seeing, where we are, where things are taking place, and things like that. So obviously, if I describe something, if I briefly mention something, if you have anything to take notes with, or you want to put it in the chat just to hold on to it, please do that. And if I whiz by something and you want to, it catches your attention, just be like, hey, tell me more about this. And if I need you to do a roll, cool. But due to our lack of actual imagery, I am happy to give as much detail as possible on whatever. So right now, the room that we're in is a large square room. There is a open lavatory door that leads to, the bathroom. It has a tub in there. There's also, like I said, there's beds for each of you. Xander is still passed out. You assume that he is either drunk, in shock, or both from the previous night. And as we said before, now the sword is standing on its point still in the center of the room quite majestically, and the fire is reflecting off of it quite impressively, actually. Artie is going to kind of kick it off and just say, all right, well, even if we don't find Martha tonight, and we don't find the orb or Caesar, whoever we're looking for, we need to get an idea of the layout of this place. Now, once we're out of the rooms, are we looking to go as a group, or do we want to split up? Certainly could cover more ground that way, but if we're trying to stay discreet, larger numbers are harder to hide.
If worst comes to worst. All of a sudden, he looks like a guardsman.
Impressive.
Ooh, what a great idea. And then I'm going to go into my disguise kit and copy the crap out of what he looks like. I have to roll for it, though, so.
I was going to say, I definitely need a roll for that.
You're going to be scared. I've got proficiency in it. And it's
She's going to come out with like a clown wig on and
and expertise in it. Ready? Here we go.
Okay.
17 plus 27.
27.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
I live for this.
I mean, you're practically a clone of me right now. You know?
Yeah. It's like,
You
I
and I-
got this.
Like, I have shortened myself. I look exactly like a guard, full armor, and you're just like, you look like me. Goodness. You know?
Aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper? Or a clone trooper, whatever it is. Sorry, fake fan.
No, it's Storm. You're right.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, Jed goes back, and in seeing your demonstration of it, Tarnus, Jed pieces together bits of armor. He kind of polishes them up a little bit. He takes some cloth from around the room to get the color accents just right. And besides maybe a few minute symbols and very, very little designs, he pulls off a impressive replica of your attire. So very, very impressive. So
Excellent
awesome
workmanship.
job. Well,
I appreciate it. I am a god. I am here to protect the king at all times.
All right.
hey, Jed, I would just like to acknowledge we haven't heard the gods talk a lot, so it's probably best not to do that.
I'm just gonna copy their accurate, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Well-
That'll work. That'll work. Well, that still leaves us in the decision. So
I say here's the
I'll-
plan.
yes.
Artie, Jed, you explore one direction. Me and Tarnish here would take the other. What?
I don't want to explore one direction. I don't like that.
I was thinking
Okay,
the same
I've been saying
thing.
if you get hairy.
Oh
Going
goodness.
to attempt to attack Jed. That's a 3.
Good luck. All right, that doesn't hit.
Okay.
If any of us get caught, the one disguised as a guard will proclaim we are being shown around as requested. Anyone oppose this plan?
No, I think it's the best one we have.
Fantastic.
Cool with it.
Do we plan to just leave the sword floating in the room, or should we put it back under Xander's pillow?
Let's put it in the chest that's by our beds.
Fair point. And he kind of like looks to Tarnus and is like, "I'll, if I may."
Certainly, it is your group's property, not mine. I was just admiring it.
All right. And he picks it up and carries it over and puts it in the chest. All right. Locks it up. Well, let's get out and see what we can find out. So, at this time, let's see. How do we want to do this? Let's go ahead and do a roll initiative just to get some turn order going on. And we'll just kind of see where that leaves us. Ooh.
Six.
16.
16.
20.
All right. 20, 16, and you said 6?
30.
Okay. Tarnus is 6. Hardy, 18.
Nice. Definitely you two are going. first.
Daniel, 16, and Jed, 20. Cool. All right, and like I said, if I'm describing things and there in my brain, there's a lot of detail in this place. So if I don't get something across and you just want to be extra, just cover that ground, just speak up, and I will do my best to break it down for you as much as I can. So everyone gets their mindset together and slowly opens the door of the room. You look out, and there is a long hallway leading out to a staircase that goes down into the main lobby that we were in the day before. In this hallway, this is the kind of the guest area of the palace, and on each side of the doors, or excuse me, each side of the walls, there's a collection of 6 total doors. You're coming out of one of those 6. And we all shuffle in. Behind us is just a window. There's a night sky outside. It's actually a very beautiful sight, but nobody really has time to admire it. Just out of curiosity, let's do actually Jed, roll a perception check for me real quick. Just because I'm gonna say you're kind of in the front because you roll higher.
Sorry.
You're fine.
I always forget what this is. 20.
Oh, goodness.
Non-natural.
All right. You step out first into this hallway and you look at the doors around you. All the doors are shut and you don't hear much of anything. It's very quiet across the palace. However, you hear just a slight little noise. And you can't tell where it's coming from, but it's a slight like a tapping or a scratching, and it seems to get a little louder, like it's getting closer, and then just as soon as you heard it, it goes away. That is what you hear. With that, what would Jed like to do as he's in the front? And obviously range is kind of up to interpretation type thing, but we'll say the hallway is about 30 feet. So I mean, that's, you can get to the end of it.
Okay, yeah, I'm guessing we're splitting up, like all of us are splitting up now, and we're kind of going our own ways in our groups.
We're doing, exactly, 2 groups.
So I'm just gonna walk down the hall and see if I can't find what the origin of this noise is, as well as looking for any doors. Try to take note of any exits in different places as I'm walking along.
Okay. With the doors that I named earlier, do you care to examine any of those? Are you looking for something a bit more on the discreet side?
I think more focused on what the noise was. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Where I think it was coming from.
Mm-hmm. As you're walking, you can hear the slight noise still, but it is ahead of you and it's getting farther away. And before you know it, you cease to hear it anymore. But it did kind of lead along the hallway where you guys were, just going farther away.
Okay.
From where you
It's
are
Peter
now,
Pettigrew.
Peter Pettigrew.
Sorry.
Now at the end of the hall, you see the large marble staircase going down into the main lobby. And that is where you find yourself actually what seems to be eye to eye at the bottom of the stairs with another armed guard with one of those staffs in his hand, looking seemingly straight up the stairs at you.
The gun staff.
He makes no noise, and he doesn't move or make a noise.
Interesting. It's weird. And Artie's with me right now.
Just behind you, but yeah.
Okay. He's looking right at me. He's not doing anything. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. See if he freaks out or do anything. I'm just gonna keep walking toward him. I'm kind of confident.
Okay. As
Not
you
like
approach-
walking to him, but like
Yeah.
walking near, like just like I'm
Mhm.
going about my business.
Yeah. When you get to the bottom of the steps, you could, there is enough space on either side of him to go around. However, he stands there still as you are just a few feet away from him now, still completely unbudging, no noise to be made. And he is, like I said, just a few feet away. Do you want to attempt to go around him, or do you want to try to address him in any way?
I'll just I'll nod at him and see if he does anything. Like I'm like nod at him like can I pass, but I'm not going to
Mhm.
say anything.
He's going to shift his head ever so slightly, acknowledging your nod, and look over to Artie just behind you. And he just motions like that, just gesturing at Artie as if he's asking, what's going on. Once again, not saying any words, but he's very clearly trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm gonna roll my eyes. I'm gonna roll my eyes and kind of be like shh, and then I'm gonna be like showing him around.
I think a persuasion check would be in order.
Okay, sweet. Do 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 do. 18.
18. He looks to each of you again, and he acknowledges your gesturing. However, it's not really acknowledging in the sense of he does anything. It's just more like, well, he had to have seen you do it. This is keeping in mind these guards are completely decked out in these very thick silver, like almost chrome-looking armor.
Cool.
And they have the staffs in their hands. So I mean, there's like no human to be seen. It's just like a suit of armor. But he stands there and thinks for a second. And he stands to the side for you to pass.
Sweet. So I'll just nod to I'll just look over at Artie and I'll be like,
Yeah.
and then move through.
And Artie's just gonna kind of be like, "You have such a way with words," and just kind of make a little snarky remark there. With that, so yeah, now you are in the main lobby area. So we'll pass it now to Daniel.
Cool.
Daniel and Tarnus, and you guys are still in the hall area, but now you've seen a bit more detail based on what we saw, and you can kind of expand on that or dig deeper into things that were already covered. So Daniel, kick us off.
I can't hear him.
Yep, I was muted. Yep.
Okay.
We got there. We got there.
Just real quick, can you like give me a general description of where the hallway leads? Is it just the way they went, or does it lead 2 ways, or is it in fact a 3-way hallway?
It is a single wing that just has the staircase. There is a slight kind of a horseshoe shape area, kind of like a sitting place where maybe in a normal house, if they had an area like that, they maybe have some chairs and like books there. But it's definitely more for show at this point. It's a lot of very open spaces. There's a few decorative plants at the end of the hallway, just on the outsides of the walls, framing the door. But yes, however, you can see that in the lobby there seems to be a equal. What am I trying to say? Another flight of stairs going up to a similar area on the other side of it, as well as a door below it and to the left. So it looks like there's a total of like 4 wings. You're guessing there's probably one under you, not including the King's Chamber in the center.
What direction did Jed go?
They just got to the bottom of the stairs and are in the kind of in the center of the main lobby area. And that knight is still turned to the side at the moment.
I can see that?
No, you can't. But that was my bad. But that is what's currently happening. However, when you get there, he might have changed his position. I don't know. You can see the adjacent stairs from the hallway, though.
I'm gonna look at Darnish over here. Do you know if it's more of a easy to access place or a secret room-esque? Should I be looking for trapdoors or just exploring?
We're going to have to look around. I do not know exactly where the entrance is. The only thing I could do is maybe lead us in the right direction. I know of this place. I've never been there.
Well, you lead the way and I'll examine around for any secrets that might be there.
All right, so well, I guess we come down to the lobby since there doesn't seem to be any way out unless we want to jump out the window.
Fair. So yeah, so you just want to kind of follow Jed's lead and kind of do the same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I mean, you go down, and the only thing the knight does is he turns his head to you, facing you, and he kind of does the same thing. He just gestures to Daniel or Andrew. Does the same type of thing.
Escorting him to another part of town. Requested an escort.
He spoke.
And he just kind of stands there, and he pivots his body back, blocking the path, and holds his staff sideways as to bar it. And you just hear a strange voice response. Please return to your room.
I told you I must pass. I need to take him through.
Do a persuasion roll, please.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm using D&D Beyond, and they recently redid it a little bit, so...
Fine.
Yeah, that tends to happen. That's why I don't use D&D Beyond, because I use something that doesn't change, and I know exactly how to use it.
All right, persuasion.
27.
27.
You made
It was the
that.
snarl in its words. I told you I need to get through. That was good. I like that.
He he readjusts his staff and shifts to the side, allowing you through.
Someone needs a lozenge.
I need a lozenge.
Let me in.
But yeah, so now everyone is in the main lobby area. Now from where you guys are, you can see. Let's once again trying to put us all in a similar point of view mentally, because I don't got no pictures. I have pictures, just not of that. Now, yesterday, when you all arrived to the palace, when you were waiting in this lobby area, you acknowledged there was a lot of artwork all around. There was little knickknacks on podiums. There was paintings hanging up. And I will resend you what those are, just to give it a little more so there is some kind of visual. However, as far as the setup goes, if you are facing from the center, if you are facing straight ahead, you'll be facing the King's Chamber. So on your left will be the stairs that you guys just came down, and there will be a door on the first floor just under that. On the right side, it mirrors it exactly. There is a flight of stairs, and there's a first floor door. And then behind you is the main gate that you guys came in when you entered the palace. However, it's closed. There is another guard guarding the other flight of stairs. So there's that. And like I said, if there's any more description or you're not clear about something, please let me know and I'll try to do a better job describing. In the meantime, here is, just because it was in the chat last time, but I'll go ahead and resend it. This is not the exact display, but these are a few of those works of art and paintings that are in the room that you all have access to seeing. Their proximity to each other is actually rather inconsequential. There's that. And I know you probably can't see all of the items that well, so I will also send them individually so you can scroll through them at your discretion. Yeah, there's a whole lot of pops. I'll send the paintings as well.
Is this a puzzle?
And those are the paintings. So
This is definitely a puzzle.
is it really? The question is, even if it is a puzzle, is this one worth your time? And I say this in the sense of Tarnus, and his whole deal right now is he wants to stay under cover of night. So this session will take place only till sunrise, till Tarnus has to leave. So that is the time frame you are working with. Sunrise comes, you should be back in your rooms or somewhere worth the effort. And with that, I think, do you both feel like you've had, that you accomplished your turns, or is there anything else either of you want to do just to round it out? You feel good about yours, Stephen?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the guard that's against the other stairs, is he currently facing towards us, or is he facing towards the stairs like the other guard was?
That's a good question. He is facing towards you guys. He is not facing towards the stairs.
Is he obviously watching us?
Not obviously. He is facing your direction, but due to the very heavy visor of his mask or his helmet, you can't you can't tell if he's like awake or not. Like he's just standing there like a statue.
If I were to mess with this thing real quick, could he see me messing with it?
We can find out. What would you like to do?
I think think I'll try one thing. If it doesn't work, we'll continue. But
Mhm.
I suppose I actually ask the people around me. I believe there's something here.
What do you see?
Some sort of
Sorry if the crickets are insanely loud, by the way.
code, I presume, like a puzzle. It's maybe nothing, but I think it'll
Saying
work.
that these paintings and pictures are all some sort of a puzzle.
And all the items.
Well,
Jed, if you were, would you please go to attempt to distract the guard while I do this?
Sorry, were you saying that to me?
I said
couldn't-
Jed, and
oh,
Oh,
Jed.
okay. Sorry.
I don't know if he was muted or if they like.
I saw a visual response. I didn't hear one.
I can do that.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Well, Jed, it is your turn, and obviously we can flip them back and forth. Turn order is just to establish that everyone does get their own time, but by all means, if y'all want to pass it to someone in particular, just go for it. So yeah.
We're still kind of in the RP stages of this. We're not exactly fighting, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll
Oh, fish.
as I'm walking, I'm gonna walk up to this I guess guard, and think quick on my feet on what to do. So hopefully give enough time. Yeah, and I'm gonna walk up to this guard and start the conversation off with a nod.
You go up and you just nod to him.
Mhm.
He does the same thing the other guard did, and but he just nods back.
Cool. And then I guess I want to see if, after nodding to him, I'm gonna just attempt to talk to him, but in a different tone. I'm trying to think if he should go. So, no, too serious. King demands it. So he'll be like, Jed will kind of be like, stand up straight, and he'll be like, I'm reporting for post.
And he stands for a moment, and once again, no type of physical cues or response that you can read from him. And he finally just goes, explain.
Oh, of course. I'm new and was told that to get through my, honestly, it's hazing, that I had to hold the door, and I was to relieve the guard at duty, sir. And I'll like stand up straight, rigid back, and I'll like stare him dead. I know I can't probably see his eyes, but I'll stare, like very very militaristic.
And once again, he pauses for a few moments. Commander authority needed. It's hard to say commander in that voice. Commander.
Mm. Mm. I don't want to use that.
Hold on. Tarnus walks over and with a slight change of his spell is now wearing a higher rank. He's now wearing commander rank on his armor.
Okay.
I gave this man an order. Follow it.
I'll stand up like straighter at attention, not scared, but like very respectful, like even higher, like at the side.
Mhm. Harness, let's get you to do one more persuasion check.
Okay. 18.
18.
Can I use the help action with my body language?
Oh,
Sure, why not?
Okay.
advantage.
I got a 17. I mean,
Okay.
Well, the help
26 with the help.
Matthew? What the help action does is give him advantage on his roll.
Yeah. So
okay,
I just
cool.
rolled again to
Sweet.
see what the next number
Okay.
would be. So 26.
All right. He stands for a moment, staff in hand, and he kind of turns his head. As odd as these encounters have been, he kind of tilts his head like this, like not acknowledging you right away. Turns back. Yes, sir. And he like turns and walks away and goes down through the bottom floor door nearest to that staircase. So good job. Good job.
It's like guard dealt with. Even if I'm wrong, that just helps in the future. Good job.
There you go. There you go.
Tarnus confidently just walks
And that-
back to position.
And I'll stand there like a guard.
Okay, so you're just gonna fill his spot.
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
So I'm guessing it's my turn to attempt to solve this. All right.
Let's
So
try
I'm
not
gonna-
to take too long.
It's one quick look, and then if I fail, we'll continue down those stairs. Doug, I would like to attempt to grab that treasure box off the pedestal and see if anything happens.
The one on the right.
The one on the right, yes.
Okay. Yeah. And you do. You reach out and you grab it, and it is a little statuette of a treasure box made of some kind of impressive metal with actual diamonds kind of embedded into it. However, there is no further effect.
I'm going to place it on the top pedestal.
So when you place it there, the pedestal under the portrait of the king, there's an ever so slightly a small sound, just the smallest. But that's it. Nothing seems to work. However, you can tell that you're on the right track. This pedestal is to respond to something, it seems.
I would like to attempt to pick up the family statue and place it where the treasure box was.
Okay. So you place the statue of the three children, which when I sent you the individual photo, there's 4. Forget that 4th one, there's only 3. Anyway, so yeah, when you pick it up and you put it on, same type of thing happens. And that's it.
All right. I will like to swap the fish and the crown.
Swap the fish and the crown.
Yes.
Okay. You do so. There is nothing that happens though.
Really?
Really.
All right. I like to swap the bottle of red liquid and the books though.
Got you. in the books. You switch them, and there's no response.
Oh, what?
Would you please, because I believe Daniel's really getting up in there. He's trying to figure this all out. So please roll. Would a perception or investigation check do better for this?
Me?
Yeah.
I would definitely be investigating, right? Because I'm like hands in trying to figure this out.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's what I was thinking. So yeah, go ahead and roll that for me.
I got a 15 on dice. So that's gonna be an 18.
18. Okay. You're examining all these paintings and and the pedestals and each of the items on them. When you're looking at the paintings, there is one thing that stands out to you that you hadn't noticed until you really got close to it. If you would, because I would love it if you found it on your own, but I'm going to lead you in that direction a little bit. So if you would look at the main picture of all the items in the paintings, right?
Yeah.
Something is odd, particularly about the top left one, the Not a Bite All Evening one. There's a very small detail, not quite on the picture, but just under it. Near the title on the left side.
Oh, that wasn't a Photoshop error? That's supposed to be there?
What does it look like?
I thought it was just like a little piece of white because of bad photoshopping, but it was on purpose.
Thanks.
No offense to you.
I'm playing. Like to see you do better, Ben.
I guess
You know what?
it's
I'm making your next movie poster lame.
no. I guess it's covering up a word, and I will attempt to try to
Well-
peel if I'm correct.
I'll feed it to you a bit more,
Darn it.
if I may. You're acknowledging what I'm pointing out, so you see it. What Daniel sees is it appears that there's actually a string,
Oh, the string.
a
Oh,
white thread that is coming out of the top of the painting and just overlaps the frame and hangs down just below the frame. As it is a picture of a fisher, it seems to be this is like the fisher lore. But it's very odd that there's a actual physical string hanging out of this painting.
Okay.
This puzzle's a doozy, I'm not gonna lie.
Can I attempt to put the fish on the string?
You can. So when you do this, you pick up the fish statue, and the inner curve of the fish's lip, you just kind of find a way to mingle the string in there and kind of tie it. And you just kind of let it dangle by the string. When you do this, the string slowly lowers. And from somewhere inside the wall behind the portraits, the portrait of the king particularly, because like I said, this is an exact actual layout, you do hear some kind of a happen. So I will say that was the correct action for that painting.
For the bottle, is there actual liquid in it?
Yes, there is. If I may,
Yes.
however, just to make sure we're spreading it out, Tarnis/Jed, you're acknowledging him do this, and you see the fish get get that response, and you also hear the click in the wall. Now, Jed, I know you're standing over on post over there, so you just kind of slightly hear this click happen. Tarnus, you're there with Daniel, however, right? Daniel and
Yes.
Artie. Okay. So I mean, while you're there, is there anything you want to do just to add in, or comment or thought?
So I look at the picture of the little girl and I pick up the matchbox.
Is that Matchbox?
That is a matchbox.
Oh, I thought that was like a puzzle box that you give to babies.
Okay. So you pick up the matchbox. What would you like to do with it?
I go up to the portrait of the little girl and I light a match.
Mm-hmm. All right. When you do this, you get the flame close to the painting, and it seems that some part of the like just below her cloak, there's a little tiny patch that seems to respond to the heat. The paint kind of peels away a little bit, and it seems like the closer you get to it, the more it reacts to it.
I apply the match to that area.
The match burns, and whatever this mechanism is, it sinks in, and you hear another behind the wall. So that was the correct action for that painting.
Okay, because you're specifying it, we have not done the correct action for the King's Lost Treasure, have we?
That is correct. It seems to you all that in observing the way this is kind of playing out, that the king's portrait should perhaps be addressed last.
All right.
Just to give you a little bit of something to work with. Also, y'all brainstorm for a second. I gotta pee, so I will be back.
I'm just gonna completely talk out of character right now.
Yeah, so I think maybe splashing the
Yeah,
blood on the other one.
exactly what I was about to do before you did the match thing, which I didn't even realize it was a matchbox. So thanks for that.
Yep, no problem.
I'm trying, but the last one I'm kind
I
of
think the top right one requires the shovel, but I'm not
yeah.
sure how to apply it.
exactly. I'm kind of drawing a blank. I'm tempted
Throw
just
it
like kind
through
of.
it.
That's exactly what I was thinking. But it's more of a farming text. Hard ground never to be sown. Oh wait, no, because you can't dig because of the hard ground. So yeah, you would have to.
Then the king's either going to require more from the treasure or possibly the crown.
Well, the King's Lost Treasure could actually be the 3 kids after he specified there was the 3 kids.
That is possible.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, what's up, Matt?
might be wrong, but the yeah, I think it could. I also noticed that there's all the pestles in the big picture. There's no the flower, but then in the pictures that were given to us, there's a flower in a case.
Oh, is that on purpose?
What's that?
Did you hear that?
Oh, the picture of the flower? Yeah, you know what? Ignore the flower. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's
Like,
on,
it was throwing me
if it's
off. I
on
was like,
the-
what the?
No, that's thank you. Yeah. If it's on the main picture, that's what everything should look like. And if it's one of the separate pictures, I might have just accidentally talked about it. So yeah.
Okay. Well, the king, it says the King's Lost Treasure. I could be entirely wrong, but I just want to throw this out here. It's a brainstorm, right? On the painting of the king, and not in this the close-up picture that we're given, but in the main picture, the big one, it looks like he's got 2, like, if you look at it, like lines on the side of his face. That could just be how it's painted or whatever, but it also could be
Oh.
construed as like he looks upset, could be like crying. So
yeah.
it could. I can agree with the kids as well. So
Yeah, the
I don't
kids
know. Lost
definitely
treasure.
a strong possibility.
That's.
So-
I just wanted to throw that in there.
So Doug, after Tarnish here solves the pearl picture, I
Mhm.
would like to attempt to pour. I'm just going to pour some of the red liquid from the bottle onto the mouth of the vampire painting.
As you do this, the wine initially just coats the painting, and it seems like you're just possibly ruining a very good piece of artwork. However, you notice that as it runs down this creature's face and goes down to the frame, it seems to be absorbing into small slits at the bottom of the frame, and it's not overflowing. It seems to be going in somewhere. So you and there's another mechanism. Very good.
All right. And just a quick question: is that shovel detachable from the ground there, or
Is the
that
shovel
one?
detachable?
That's that
Is it a
shovel
solid
statue.
piece or is it multi pieces?
Yeah.
It can be taken off.
Uh, Can I take a closer look at the top right painting, see if there's anything out of the ordinary?
You can. As you're examining the painting of the girl with the shovel, the title, "The Hard Ground Never to Be Sown," it leads your eyes to the bottom half of the painting, and the only thing that looks
Oh, that's flat?
slightly noteworthy is it seems like the material of the canvas itself maybe looks a little weaker on the bottom half towards where the shovel is.
I will grab the shovel and attempt to jab it at that spot.
The shovel goes in like a key, and again, you hear the mechanisms behind the wall. When this happens, there's another noise that is heard, and it's actually a pretty loud one in comparison to the dead quiet around all of you. The King's Chamber doors in the center opens up, and a large what am I not trying to say Roman? A large soldier guard in very prestigious armor walks through and kind of military steps his way out into the center of the room. He looks
Yeah,
around.
can I attempt
and
to do something real quick?
What's up?
Attempt. Let me make sure this will work.
That usually helps. You gonna play him a song on your bagpipes?
Bagpipes.
You know what my dad said the other day? He said, I'd really like to get some bagpipes. I'm like, oh no, this is actually happening. Oh no.
I love
Andy turned
bagpipes,
into-
but
I respect all they stand for. I just don't like the sound.
hey, Amazing Grace is probably best on bagpipes.
That's true. I think especially if you have Celtic or Irish or Scottish or Welsh background, I think it has some power to it. Matthew, what were you? I feel like you were going to say something. Were you going to say something, or were you just looking?
1 sec, I'll get to it.
Never mind. I know what you're doing.
This is when it starts playing.
I dig it. I dig it. Just flash
Um,
mobbing, you know.
I would like to attempt just quickly a minor illusion. The the art piece in front of us to look more normal. Like place everything would probably be placed back where it was, except
Mhm.
like the shovel and the fish. But I like to put the fish back with minor illusion, but you know the fish is still hanging there.
Okay, I gotcha.
I can't do much
Um,
with minor illusion, but I can do at least that.
So I cast minor illusion to cover something else to make it look like it's still
Okay.
in place.
The shovel
Okay,
would
yeah.
probably be the only other thing. So
Yeah. All right. So you quickly do this, and everything seems to go back to where it was, or at least appear that way. The guard, however, looks to all of you, and then says nothing, and he shifts his head over to Jed and his outfit over by the door, and he marches over to him
I
and
got this,
faces
boys.
him, and he looks you up and down. Identify yourself.
New recruit to Caesar, watching this room. Doing maintenance. Everything intact. Time 4:12 a.m.
might have to do something else.
You're being thorough with this, aren't you?
Just gonna say, if things appear to look bad over there, I have an idea to distract. If
Mhm.
just like I'm just gonna say, if something bad over there like looks like about something bad's about to happen, I'm going to chime in and interrupt you if I may do that.
It's okay, cool.
Like I just wanted to warn you beforehand.
For sure, for sure.
You're holding
let's-
your interruption action.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well, in response to Jed's report, he pauses for a couple moments, and he takes one or two steps backward, and he says in this strange voice, and goes, "Qualification denied," and he aims his staff at you. This would be a good time for an interruption.
I'm going to do cast thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy.
Yeah, and the sound of large footsteps just going down the stairs right behind Matthew will happen.
Mhm.
It just
Huh.
sounds like something's like big is just in the castle, just causing some havoc.
Okay. All right. Just like beyond the staircase.
Yeah,
Behind
it's
you?
no
Okay.
visual thing. It's just the sound.
Okay, I gotcha. Very interesting. There's no roll to be done for that, right? Usually.
Well, no.
No, it's just a sound happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I thought. I just want to be sure. He acknowledges this sound very quickly, actually, and he looks around. He doesn't seem startled, but he just seemed like he's like, "Oh snap, what is that?" And he looks to Jed again. He goes, "Oh wait, orders!" And he starts climbing up the stairs and goes through the door above. Quick thinking. That wasn't bad. Not bad at all.
I would like to quickly just try to hurry this up. I'd like to place the children on the top pedestal.
Okay. You put the children on the top pedestal, and you've already done your interactions with the other four. This happens, and the click once again happens, but then is followed by as the pedestal sinks into the ground, and the painting is shifted away by strange mechanics that you've not seen before, revealing behind it a door.
Gonna signal over to Jed. Jed, get over here.
I must await orders. Just kidding.
He's doing roll. Oh no.
I recommend we get moving before he comes back.
That is the plan.
Awesome. Let me just see.
Through the door.
Nice. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, you go up to the door, and it has a like a silver handle on it that's curved, kind of like a rapier handle. So it's very interesting. You grip it and you turn it, and it opens up to you. And what you expect to be a room of some kind is very much the opposite. Instead, it seems that this is a passageway of sorts. There is one. It's kind of like a hallway within the walls. One seems to be going left, and one seems to be going right along the. As far as you can see, it's very dark inside, though. But yeah, there's no doors that you can see. It's, like I said, just a dark hallway left and right at the moment. So, where would you like to go?
Yeah, time. I guess let's head left.
Let's go then. Now, just being said, I have an ability that lets me see in darkness as though it was light.
Okay. Yeah.
Is this
So-
dark vision or?
No, it's a devil sight.
Oh,
It's a warlock ability.
Better dark vision over here. Excuse me.
Like, it's not black and white for me. It's like, I can see.
Oh, he's a warlock. Good to know.
So, let's do it this way. Let me just kind of do a little thing here. See, what I do is I just doodle pictures for myself. You guys don't get none. All right. So, do you wish, as a group, do you wish to go left or do you wish to go right? Or split up?
What can I see?
What can he see?
So what you see, Karnas, is you are looking along this dark corridor. However, like we said, for you, it's like it's broad daylight. Where the two of them or the three of them would actually see, probably a dingy, hidden passage. You see a vast amount of history being covered up within these walls. In fact, the walls, as aged as they are, and they are very aged, cracked paint on the wall seems to be depicting several murals of an ongoing story of some kind. Different pictures going on. I don't have pictures to show you. However, is this information stuff you would like to relay to them, or is this something you just want to know for yourself?
Well, since they're currently my allies, I will convey.
Okay. So
there's a hidden story through here. I know you might not be able to see it, but along these walls.
Can I take it out after he says this with my dark vision?
Yeah, and honestly, what I was thinking of doing, unless there's a reason you guys wouldn't want me to, I'm just gonna kind of describe it to you guys in total, and we can say, you guys, this is you describing it to each other, as it's being found. The left part of the corridor seems to depict a figure of a knight, very, very old knight. And like I said, the whole painting is kind of decayed over the past 100 and who knows years, But it's a knight standing with a sword, and it appears that there is a depiction of the island you are on in the distance behind him. There's a border between him and the next portrait, or the next mural. The next one depicts looks to be the same knight in a underground chamber of sorts, talking to a large green goddess of some kind. And in one of her vine hands, she seems to be holding a glowing scroll and handing it to him, which he seems to be reaching out to accept. That is the left side. When you move over to the right side and you keep watching, the knight is now in a different place, and it seems that there is a dragon on top of a mountain that he is conversing with. However, it looks like he's holding the scroll in one hand and actually has a lyre or some kind of an instrument in the other hand. Seems to be possibly playing it a song or something like that. And then on the far right, the last one is once again the knight, and he is in some kind of a dungeon setting with a strange horned creature that doesn't really fit any kind of description you guys know of in terms of creatures that are alive right now. The creature seems to have his hands over his chest or his heart, and looks to be feeling like just sad or remorseful, or some kind of intense emotion. And once again, the knight is playing him a song from a scroll in his hand. And that is the full mural. Oh,
So-
Ben, can't hear you, Ben.
While exploring the entire murals, left to right, were there at the end of the hallways, were there any doors, or is it just dead ends?
At the end of each hall, there is a path that goes straight and a path that turns left. The one that goes straight, I mean, that's pretty much all you see. I'm not going to tell you what's past those until you get there, but yeah.
All right.
Suggestion: should we split up our dark vision at this point? Apparently, only some of us can see in the dark.
Who said that? I can't see shit.
Well, I mean, we can certainly go to a prior plan of 2 teams. I think that works out in everyone's favor.
I'll take Artie, go down the straight way. Jed, you go with
With who?
Tarnus.
Tarnus.
Ben. Who am I going with? Don't feel bad, man. Ben
I know.
can't even remember my name sometimes, and I.
It happens with characters we've played with for a while now still, so.
Oh, trust me, it's gonna be a while before I know any of your characters' names. I mean, Tarnus probably knows
Alright.
them perfectly. I do not.
Okay. That's funny. Okay, sounds good. But before that, just let me get these, and I'll put it right out, but I'm gonna light a torch and
Okay.
get a really good look at these murals.
Do you in particular?
especially-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go.
especially on the handing of the scroll.
Mhm. Yes. Do you have a particular question concerning those, or do you just want?
Do I recognize this green goddess thing? Because I think I do.
You do.
Okay.
You do.
Okay. Jed will like stare at the wall. He looks at all of them, but he stares at this mural of the green handing the scroll to this knight, and he's gonna stare at it, and he's gonna go, shit.
That's not what I expected.
So Jed, just to add in, because I just realized something which is partly correct. So yes, you're on the right track.
Mhm.
It is not an exact likeness, but
No, I know.
well, okay, all right. Just wanted
Regardless,
to
it's a
clarify.
clue. It's a
First
clue,
off.
and it's what I've been searching
Yeah.
for, kind of. So,
Well, do you by
Oh, man.
chance want to roll a history check, maybe?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
I was wondering, Doug,
Great one.
Yes.
against the two figures that I do not recognize, the god one or the demon, I was wondering if I could roll a religion on it.
I see no reason why not.
Yep.
Go ahead, Matthew, though.
I got a 15 on my history.
15.
Not do as good.
You recognize the murals collectively to reflect a very important, significant story from your childhood. And you do correlate the green goddess seems to resemble the dryads that you encountered, specifically the princess, or
Which is
someone very,
exactly why Jed said shit.
yeah.
Hey, I
but
still have
yes,
that token, bro. I still got that token.
you do.
Yeah,
You do still have the
we
token.
do.
You do. But yes, so this is clearly some kind of a story concerning the dryads, a dragon of some kind, and an unknown creature. But yes, Jed, you do particularly click with this because it is a pretty much a historical retelling of one of your favorite books from childhood. In fact, it's the story that drove you to come to this island, be that on accident or on purpose.
I got a 9 on my
Cool.
religion, so that's
Okay.
a demon.
So the demon beast is completely unfamiliar to you. Completely.
Demon. I know that part.
Good job. Good
Yeah.
job. Your observations towards this creature, however, are, although it does look demonic, it doesn't fit the typical demon design in terms of like the coloration and its appearance. It seems to be like more hairy, like a hairier creature, but very much demon-like horns. It's very stocky and built, but due to the position that it's in this portrait, it doesn't look overly powerful because it's kind of in a compromising emotional state.
You know the entire freaking fever dream Youngblood had after eating the mushroom. Did he ever tell us about that?
Yes, he told me that he did. So, in case that
Alright.
wasn't clear, yes, he did tell you about his mushroom trip.
All right, good. Okay, so I believe Damien will be able to figure out that this is
Who?
Aomake.
Who figured it out?
If I knew a Damien, I'm sure I would.
I was gonna
slap him
say,
on the back.
everyone, welcome Damien to the chat. Go ahead and log in, buddy.
It happened again. Freaking Damien Darkblood went to my brain. Daniel.
That's so funny.
Daniel.
You're
The third
good.
name. Damien
Well,
Daniel.
anyway,
Yes,
anyway,
I
though,
believe
yeah,
I
yeah.
believe Daniel has figured would be able to figure out that this is Aomake.
That's a astute observation. Now, I can neither confirm nor deny that. However, that would make the most sense based on what you said. You're talking about Xander's trip and how he described the creature that he saw within the mountain. So yeah, sure enough, that definitely does fit the description he gave you.
Okay, so while they're examining,
Yeah.
Tarnus walks back toward the obviously open area.
Mhm.
He does a quick summoning of an imp and has the imp go out there invisibly and start moving things around in an attempt to shut the door behind them.
Okay. You just like you said, you kind of whisper into your hands, kind of like Gandalf with the moth, but like a bit more on the creepy side, like
The centipede.
and there's a
Centipede.
very slight poof of a flicker of fire and a little stack of smoke that, and this red creature's
Soot. Go.
and he rearranges all the things, and before you know it, the room is completely pitch black for those who do not have
Well,
vision or whatever.
Jed lit a torch, so
He did. Yes, that's true. So yes, now it is just the torchlight in this dark corridor that leads in either direction. So how did we partner this up? It was Daniel and Artie.
yes.
Okay. And then it was Tarnus and Jed. Cool. So
I bring my imp back to me. He reappears next to me because I can do that.
Yes, master.
Be invisible and silent.
As you wish.
and he's just appears to be gone entirely. So with that, we can go ahead and start exploring a little bit. As far as turn order goes, I'm not really sure how to do this. So we could. Who did the last? I know you just did your imp thing. Who had the last like technical like turn? If we had to put a title on it.
It doesn't matter to me. Well, we have two groups, so me,
Okay.
Tarnus, and then Artie and Ben,
Mhm.
Daniel, Andrew, Damien.
Oh,
Hill,
uh,
I'll let. I say since I just did that and Tarnus did that, I
Mhm.
say Ben and you can go ahead and go first.
That's
Is
Okay.
that fair?
All right.
Fair to me.
All right. And are we going down the left or the right path, Ben?
the straight way you talked about. I don't know which one
Alright.
that is.
So we'll go right. We'll just go right. So we're going on the dragon and demon portrait end of the path. So we're gonna walk on down, and we're left with, like I said, we passed a corridor on our left that we could have gone down, but we're gonna keep going straight. Walking on, we're gonna do a perception roll real quick, both of us.
All right. Oh, I just
What you got?
hold on a second. Mm. Gonna be an 8. Not a good roll.
8.
An 8.
8.
All right. Well, as we're walking down this dark corridor, the stone of the wall seems to turn into some more lightweight material, very still strong material, but like thick wood and clay walls. Seemingly the same type of material that the average corridors throughout the building seem to be made of. As we're walking down, however, Ben, you hear a sound of, and it's getting closer and closer, and you see just at the edge of your vision, you see some kind of a black marble material reflecting through the darkness, and it's slowly getting closer. And as it approaches, on the wall climbing towards you is some kind of metallic spider-like creature, and it's just climbing towards you ever so slightly. It's about 10 feet away now, and it stops, and you see its black marble-esque eye looking you up and down. And Artie just kind of draws his sword and holds it there. Dano, have you ever seen anything like this?
Do not believe I have, no.
Do you think it's fun?
I'm gonna immediately place down the gem, make a sphere around us, So
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was a
all
lot.
right. Battle
Okay.
music. All right. And then I'm guessing it like does cover the area covering me, Artie, and the spider creature.
Yes. So all of us are now inside this kind of force field bubble type thing.
And I will now then draw my great sword. and
Okay.
attempt-
All right. When this happens, the creature.
Sorry, gentlemen.
Oh, you're fine. You all good?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right. In response to this, though, the creature analyzes your blade as it pulls it as you pull it out, and it hikes up its front legs and kind of starts squaring up with you. So at this point, we can go ahead and roll initiative.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Oh, already got a 19.
Oh, I threw it too far. Where'd my dice go?
No excuses. Nat 1.
No excuses. 5.
You got a what?
5.
A 5. Okay. And it. Well, darn. Okay.
It nat wanted.
Oh, it did the opposite.
Oh, natural 20. Lovely.
This creature sees you pull your sword out and immediately leaps at you to attack. It jumps through the air and tries sinking its metallic front legs into you. What's your AC?
AC. Currently the great sword. Be 17.
17. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's any kind of modifier I need to do. Oh my gosh. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, gotcha. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so it jumps at you. Its metallic claws hitch into your armor, and it just kind of scratches at you, not dealing you any damage though, but it is right there in front of you. And it's just growling at you, and whatever noise this is, it's making it. Artie's just like, and he's just like, I don't like that at all. That is a spider. That's a big one. He's just kind of like flailing his sword around, and he actually goes to attack it. Yeah.
Did it already roll on that one?
No, Artie did not roll in that one. I was joking when I said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Artie actually got a 19.
Yes, go ahead,
So-
Artie. Take your turn.
Yeah. So, yeah, Artie responds by swinging his blade at it. And this thing, let's see. And I'll go ahead and, let's do it this way. I'll go ahead and put this up there. This thing's AC is 15. So if you're rolling an attack on it, that's all you need to know. You already know that.
You're so nice.
Yeah, I know. I try. But Artie swings his blade at it and actually hits your armor as well. Then, not dealing you any damage, but getting a little too close for comfort, and you kind of like. He's like, I'm sorry. It was an involuntary reaction. I'm trying my best. So now we're at your turn, Ben.
Is it still currently clinging to my armor?
Yes.
No, that
This is
would really
music.
work.
Oh.
So I am going to, I guess, what can I do with a great sword in this situation? I guess I'm just going to attempt to
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. You gotta backhand it. Okay, cool. Roll for it.
what would this be?
Whoa.
Because I'm not attacking it with my sword or anything. I'm just kind of just slamming it into the wall.
I think
Oh, okay.
unarmed strike or maybe a shield bash.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
that's fine. I was gonna say if you just want to like use your, I guess it'd be like your strength for it.
All right. Okay, it's an 11. My strength is a 3, so that is a 14.
That is a 14. So you go to hit it, and it just
wait.
clings on.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope, sorry.
Yeah. It just clings on, not taking any damage. But you do knock it to the ground eventually, and it lands on its back initially with a large metallic thud that sounds kind of like a big frying pan falling to the ground. Then it flips back around and is ready to go again. However, we're going to go over to our friends on the other side of the tunnel. You do hear some commotion behind you. However, you don't hear screams, and usually that's a good way to judge things. However, you know, that's up for you guys on how you want to react to that. So,
I don't know. Artie
what
was
would you like?
screaming pretty loud.
He was talking through it though. You know, like if you can form words.
All right.
So I guess
I'm
we're
not
on the other side.
particularly
Right?
concerned.
Yeah, neither am I. I guess we hear a little bit of something, and then we're just. I'll look over at Tarnus, and I'll be like, "That's pretty normal. I think they'll be able to handle it. I'm not too worried."
Perhaps they're just scraping on the wall. Who knows?
Okay. Well, we
There you
need to
go.
use the time as best as we can. Let's keep pushing forward, and I guess you should lead. You see better.
So I go down the hallway,
Mhm.
turn the corner. What do I see?
Okay. So so you come to a fork actually. So there's a straight path and there's a right pathway. If you would both like to roll a perception check, there are some noises to be heard from that direction.
Okay.
Damn it.
Perception. 13.
I'm at
13?
disadvantage.
Hmm.
I rolled 2 10s.
Okay. So Tarnus, you hear from straight ahead of you, seems to sound like slight, just above whispering conversation, many voices of women speaking to each other in hushed tones. You can't tell what the conversations are, but there seems to be several of them, and a little bit of some clanking of metallic something rather. That's what you hear. Jed, on the path to the both of your right, you hear eerie silence. You hear nothing, but it seems like there ought to be something coming from that direction, and it's very much nothing.
All right. So I'm going to send Soot down the hallway invisibly, and I'm going to view through his eyes because a warlock can do this up to 100 feet.
Okay, cool. So, what did you say his name was? Sut?
Soot.
Soot? Oh, okay, that makes sense. So, so Jed feels a bump on his hip as this invisible creature just silently creeps past him and down the hall.
They can also fly.
Oh, okay, cool. That's good to know. Tarnus viewing through his eyes, you see just the continuation of this pathway. However, Soot is looking around, and there seems to be some holes in the wall, just some very like 2 small holes. And very naturally, he approaches the holes, and there is light coming from the inside. He pushes his face up and peers through the holes. They do appear to be made for this actual purpose of looking through. And through it, there seems to be the palace kitchen or dining room. And inside of it is a collection of maybe 30 or 40. A very large kitchen, dining room, about 30 or 40 women, all in matching dresses with silver masks on their faces. Several different hair colors, different body types, different heights, certainly different voices. but they're all cooking. They're cooking. It seems to be like they're cooking breakfast for the guests in the morning, and they're scrambling eggs. It looks like, or not quite eggs, but things that kind of look like eggs. They're baking bread. It smells wonderful. You can actually, both of you can smell it down the hall now that you are kind of talking about this as it's happening. But yeah,
Yeah,
that is
I'm whispering all of this to you.
Yeah.
To give you an idea of what's going on down that hall.
But yeah, that is what's going on. You have a bunch of women cooking and preparing trays and brewing coffee and tea and things like that.
Okay. I'll go ahead and put my torch out and put my torch out and be like, okay, if you can still see, are any of them, this is a weird question, but are any of them pregnant?
Can Soot see that?
So Soot, being the creature that he is and having the social knowledge that he has,
I can still see though.
yes,
I can see. So
that's
it's
true.
with my
Okay,
intelligence.
that's true. Okay. That being said, you see some larger bellied women. Not trying to get canceled or nothing. But you see, like I said, you see women of various body types and sizes, and there's a few with larger stomachs. However, the gowns that they're wearing, they're very flowy, like robe type materials, or curtain-esque. They have a lot of layers and shapes to them. So it's unclear, but there could be one in there.
It's possible, but hard to tell.
Damn it. I don't know if it's a good idea to barge in and one of them try to be a hero and tattle on us. But I don't like the look at this other path. But also, Sarah could be in there. Was her name Sarah or was it Martha?
It was
I always
Martha.
forget. Martha could be in there.
Martha
Martha.
just derails it by looking for a person that doesn't exist.
Yeah, right.
I just go along with it like,
It's
okay.
like, where is she? Where's
Go
Sarah?
find
Who is
Sarah.
that?
She's like, that's my cousin's
I
name.
don't know who you
I could send Soot down the other path before we choose. Because he can see, he has devil sight naturally because he's a devil.
That's probably the safest bet, yeah.
So call Soot
Okay.
back.
Mhm.
Well, I actually just have him appear next to me.
Yeah.
And then I send him down the other hallway.
Okay. And likewise, he goes down through the dark hall and comes to another series of, looking holes, peepholes or something like that. And this time, this is looking into the King's Courtyard where the game took place earlier that night. And inside of it, you see about 20 to 24, 25 guards in armor with staves, and they are perfectly lined up facing inward towards the floor area where the game took place. One of them seems to be just finishing up wiping a thick gloop of blood off of the ground with a cloth and stands and starts marching out towards the main door. There's no sound or movement from any of the guards besides the one.
Okay, so I give all this information to him.
Wow. If there's a chance we get caught in that direction, they'll shoot us. And trust me, I've seen them decimate some people. So maybe it would be smarter.
Women it is.
Yeah.
Women, guns. Women, guns.
It depends on the
Hard decision.
context.
I was going to say, for some
There are
men, that is
times.
possible.
I was about to go grab a shotgun. That's not a good idea.
I was going to
Don't
make
do
a
that.
joke, but I don't need to make
I,
that.
I,
joke. Okay, so you're pursuing the women.
Yes.
Okay, good man, good man.
I don my fairest trim.
There you go. All right, so you both walk down the hall and reach the peepholes that Soot was looking through beforehand. You place your hands on that wall, and the wall seems to shift and swing out like a door. And before you know it, it does swing open, and there's a bit of a step up, like a part of the wall you need to step up over. It appears that what you're walking through is a painting that's hanging on the wall that has been hung there. But it's also a secret door of some kind. All the women in the kitchen turn their masks to you. You just see about 30 or 40 silver masks all face you. And there's just silence. Everything stops moving. The only thing that you can hear right now is just the cooking of some food and see some smoke coming out of the oven where the bread is baking.
That's not creepy.
Cool.
Returning to...
Don't we still look like guards?
We still.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
both of
about
them
to
still look
say
like
we still
guards.
look like guards, so we'll be like,
We belong here.
We just walk in like we're supposed to be here, walk through, shut the painting.
There you go. There you go. Coming back to the spider creature, however, it is going to lunge itself at Artie now with fangs drawn, and it lands the hit, jumping onto his hip and starting to try to tear into him with metal talons and claws. And he is going to do, what the heck is his? Okay, there we go. Damn. Okay.
That's more of an
That's not the right die. I should not use that one if I don't want to kill someone on accident. Let's use the right one. How about that? Oh, you know what? I'll just use this. That is going to do him 4 damage, and let me see. All right. Artie, you guys, oh wow, he disappeared. Tarnus and Jed do hear this even from where they are, though. Artie goes, ah! As this creature starts ripping into his leg, and there's a decent amount of blood that is coming out. It is actually Artie's turn, and he is going to respond, trying to shake the creature off, but to no avail. It is on him. It's digging in, and he actually drops his sword in response to the pain as he's trying to just pry this thing off of him. Daniel, we're to you.
All right. So I'm going to use my action to do my first attack action and just attempt to just baseball him off the leg.
Okay. Go for it.
That's going to be a 17.
17, that will hit. And go ahead and roll damage.
Oh man. Done this in a while.
It's been a while.
All right. Should I spell slots like?
Yes, you should.
All right. Yeah. I'll pour level 1 smite into this. So
Okay.
this would be 3, 7, 10, 12, 13 points of damage. 3 of them being the celestial damage, I forget what it's called.
You said 13 points?
13, yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Woo, holy damage.
Holy
Yeah.
damage. All right. And I will and with my second attack, I will attempt to. Do I have a second attack? It says I have a second attack. I'm going to stab at it with the sword.
Okay. Roll for that whale.
That's a 4.
That one will miss.
All right.
Your sword just into the ground next to it, but it is writhing in response to your first hit on its back.
And I'm going to look towards Artie real quick, and I'm just going to say, "Come on, Artie, let's beat this spider. After this, I'll treat you to cider." As I give him a bardic inspiration.
Heck yeah.
There you go. I liked that. I was like, wait, why did he rhyme? And then I remember. Cool.
I'm
Yeah.
multi-classing.
Multi-classing.
Nice. So,
Alright, so yep,
all right.
D6 to you whenever you want to use that.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So that's your whole turn, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll go back to you guys, and we'll try to keep it. I'll try to keep it to where we're trying to spend equal amounts of time as much as possible. But I know you guys are kind of more in story based, and we're kind of in combat. So we're gonna juggle it. We're gonna juggle it.
Well, like you said, Doug, you know, he wasn't here when you said it. That we heard Artie yell out.
Yes. Yes.
You know, do you react to that, or do we just continue with what we're doing?
Me? I
Yeah.
hear it. Since all these women are looking at us and we hear it at the same time, I'll look back and I'll be like, must have been
Must have been the wind.
Must have been the wind. And then I guess I'll look at you and I'll kind of be like, I'll like nod, almost like I did at the other guys, kind of to signal you like, hey, guard time.
Kind of return the nod like the original dude did.
We're pretending to
There you
be
go.
guards now. And then I'll address the women and I will
Mhm.
I guess we will walk in and be like, kind of with a command to myself. I'm gonna look at them
Yeah.
and be like, "What are you standing around for? Continue. We're only on post."
One woman.
Yeah.
Oh no, women! Ah!
My weakness.
My only weakness. Just a bunch of D&D playing dorks over here. Women, they make me nervous.
Oh Lord, she speaks to me.
Whoa, it's really nice to meet you. You know, one of the masked women approaches you,
Poop.
and in response, she looks to the others, and they all kind of nod to her, and she goes, "You don't sound like a guard.
I'm
Who are
new.
you? Who are both of you?"
Are these reactions normal, Commander?
What is it you speak of?
Is that to him or to the woman?
To the woman.
Take off your helmets. I'll remove my mask.
Do I recognize her voice?
No.
Damn it.
Doesn't need
Damn
a woman.
it.
This is not a woman of the bigger size, apparently.
In my head, worst case scenario, we have to kill a bunch of women, and I really don't want to.
You've technically already killed a bunch of children. Technically.
They were evil, and they
They-
weren't children.
They were evil, crusty children. They don't count.
Yeah, we don't like crusty children. Yes.
They were evil.
Women and crusty kids.
Kill them all.
Shit. Well, I don't look like myself, so I guess I could. May I ask who you are to be requesting things?
No, you're not gods. Gods never even speak to us like that.
Damn it!
Let me ask you this. Are you with or against Caesar?
Do
Can I
we
do an
choose to trust? You know?
Yeah, can I do an insight on her?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like hints or
Trying to figure out what interest she wants.
fuck. Come on. 13.
13.
She's wearing-
There is a sincerity in her voice, kind of an optimistic tone. In what aspect, not quite sure. However, she doesn't speak. I mean, certainly doesn't speak like the guards. But her voice just sounds normal in a kind of refreshing way. As opposed to the few other staff members at the palace you've met so far. I know it doesn't tell you a whole lot, but
Then I say in a more normal voice, you first. Remove the mask.
okay. Only for a short time. And she takes the mask off, and she's a pretty blonde woman, maybe later 30s, early 40s. And she has a few black marks on her skin. Just to clarify that point, Stephen, if I haven't already, black marks in this place on people's skin is the norm. I think I've mentioned that.
Yeah, I
you.
remember.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to make sure so you weren't digging where there was no gold, you know. So yeah, she has a few black marks on her skin. Other than that, though, she's a very, normal-looking woman. My name is Rosaline. I repeat, are you with or against Caesar?
Poop.
Don't make me put the wig on.
Don't put the fucking wig on.
I've slowly been investing in wigs ever since then. I have so many now. I'm just kidding. No, I haven't. Nothing, you know.
I'm gonna. Shit. I guess I'll reach for my helmet, and then
Okay.
I'll take it off and I'll put it to the side,
Mhm.
like holding it.
Yeah.
And I'll say, fortunately, at the moment, I'm for myself. Against who? In this castle, maybe I might be against. Yes. Very elusive, very poorly worded, like on purpose, like
Yeah.
very weird, but
Yeah. You
No.
you want to remain neutral.
yeah, I don't
want to give away.
want to say those words out
Yeah,
loud.
for sure. For sure. Wait, can I have her do an insight check on you? I
Yeah.
think I could do that. I could do that. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Let's do
your
that.
call.
In total, she got a 21. No, 22. Excuse me.
Impressive.
That is impressive.
All right, I rolled for deception.
Ah, okay.
I got a 27.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
No, I didn't. What did I get? I'm sorry. Don't let me lie to you.
No Chick-fil-A.
25. Sorry.
25. That's better. Okay. She holds her mask in both of her hands and looks shyly around. The other women around her, will you shut up and die? Sorry, I was talking to my parents. No, I'm kidding. That was dark. I didn't mean to do that. That was dark. Never. Obviously a joke. Never, ever, ever. I was going to say dog, but my dog's already dead. So,
That she is.
She is, except in this game, for a temporary amount of time, she came back. Because I have the power. Anyway.
I had a cat once.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a cat once. Sure. That's my best friend at work right there. But yeah, she holds her mask in her hands, and the other women around her, they're looking, and even from behind the mask, you can tell they're, telling her like not to talk to you guys, not to tell you guys things. And she goes, "Whoever you all are, I have faith that somehow you're on the right side, wherever that looks like. So, now the question is, you know who I am. I know of your presence here. Is there any particular reason you've barged through a painting in the wall?"
Do you know of a woman named Martha?
Where the path led us.
Martha. Describe her.
See,
Like,
I
I'm
don't
taking-
know
then
her
I'll-
description.
I'll describe
myself.
I'll describe what she looks like, and then I will also add obviously the keynote. She would be very new, and she would be pregnant.
And once again, a kind of a hushed, like disapproving tone comes across the crowd of women. And Rosaline comes up to you. Yeah, go ahead.
And then I'll add in just to throw spice on it, and I'll be like,
I thought this was
She's-
spice.
well, not spice, not that's gross, not like that. Just put like a little bit of extra seasoning on top to make the
Yeah.
pot sweeter. So maybe she'll tell us. I'll say I may not say who I'm against, but she is surely who I'm for.
Sorry.
She looks around again, and the women start kind of going back to their various tasks, kind of in air of we're not getting involved in this type thing. Certainly not rude, but they're trying to hold their own. Rosaline approaches you a little closer, and she goes, "I've seen a woman here, yes. In fact, ever since she came in, Caesar's had us all wear these masks, these matching robes. It seems like someone's looking for her. You're the ones looking for her." "Yes, I detect someone in another place in the palace has a question or a statement."
Who knows? He's not here right now, so.
You have that type of magic? How are you still here?
Just a floating Daniel head. Whoa!
Cool.
But-
That's really cool. Get out, get out of
Charging
here.
into the hallway. Just like, I just
Kill
left
it.
Arnie in the middle of the fight just to come here and ask a question.
Do you have a question that can be asked during this situation, or is it something you want to wait for?
No, it's all just the things that I cannot say because my character would say
Okay.
it, not me. So
Okay, I gotcha. But she goes, "Yes, ever since she came in, Caesar's had us all wearing these masks. I guess he's trying to hide her somehow. If you've come here looking for her, she's not with us. We actually don't know where Caesar keeps her." Well, there's one person who might know. I don't believe she's on the grounds right now, but I shouldn't really be telling you this. There is a maid that works here during the daytime, elderly woman, Miss Letty, she goes by. We call her Mama Letty. Very sweet woman. She's the only one who would know where Martha could be in the castle. She actually delivers her meals. But that's all I know.
wait,
That is extremely useful information. And then I'm gonna put my helmet back on and go. I'm gonna go. And you were gonna turn around and walk back to the path.
Back into the
to the
wall.
painting.
Yeah. Gonna open the painting first.
When you actually face the painting to open it, you just observe that it's a painting of Caesar, much like the picture you've seen of him, and he's in his hand, he's holding an orb of some kind. But yeah, so there's that. Tarnus, is there anything you would like to do before ending this dialogue? No.
I'm
okay.
good.
All right. So you both walk back into the wall, sealing the painting behind you, and you hear the once again the whispers of the women to each other as they continue on with their cooking duties. Tarnus at this point can feel just the essence of approximately the time of day that it is, and it is getting later in the morning. Sun has not come up yet, but it is getting there, just to be aware, just for all of you. I would assume he would probably communicate that. So, anyways, robot spider. So yeah, we're back to him. The last thing going on there was he was on the floor. You had just stabbed at him, and you had given Artie, what was it again?
1d6 bardic inspiration that he can
That
use
is right. That is
on any
right.
attack or saving throw.
Okay. Well, the creature goes to lunge at his foot, misses only by a few inches, as it is actually leaking. Excuse me, I just burped because I'm disgusting. It's leaking some kind of a black material or liquid out of its joints. It's very strange and leaves a slick sheen on the floor. But it is stomping around and clawing around at his feet, trying to like catch him. He dodges, however, and retaliates the movement with a 18. Yeah, that'll freaking do it. And you said it was 1d6 of bardic inspiration.
Well, you can't add it to damage, but yeah.
Okay. Oh, so that was for the roll itself.
Well, you can use it for the roll, but if you
Yeah.
like rolled well, you don't have to add it. So
Okay. I gotcha. Well,
I forget if you have to say beforehand if you're using the bardic dice or not, but
in response to this creature snapping around at his feet, though, Artie takes his heel and drives it into the top of the creature, crushing it, and this black liquid spewing on his leg and around on the floor as the creature is defeated. So that was an encounter that happened. So there's that. Daniel, what would you like to do in response to that? Artie is kind of...
I'll quickly put my hand on Artie's shoulder and how much healing does he need?
That is an excellent question. He lost 4 hit points.
All right, so he regains all of those hit points.
Okay, cool. He feels the power emanating from you as his wound on his hip thigh area mends itself. What's that?
This app does not handle multi-classing well. I gotta figure out how to get to my.
Everybody poops, and if they don't, they're an android and should be destroyed.
Okay, anyway, I'll figure it out later. Yeah, so he's healed.
Okay, cool.
And I'm actually going to attempt to pocket this spider.
Okay, like the remains of it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You collect the pieces of the spider, and the anatomy, from what you know of spiders, is very accurate. However, the insides and the exoskeleton of it seem to be metallic, like I said before, metal limbs and like veins also of like wires and different metals on the inside, black liquid dripping out of it. It's very strange.
All right, and with that, I guess we'll continue forward.
Okay. Approaching further on, there is another peephole situation. And looking into it, you see what looks to be a large library, very large library that circles around, is very tall. You can't even see the height of it from the peepholes themselves. But that is what lies beyond in that direction. Do you wish to enter or discuss anything with Artie, or?
I'll tell Artie what's about the library.
Okay.
And is it possible to continue further?
Yeah, we'll do a little more for our turn. The door creaks open.
Well, I mean,
and-
like down the hallway.
Oh, down the hallway.
Yeah.
No, that's
Nope.
the only passage down there.
All right, then through the eye holes, is there able to see if anyone is there?
Perception roll.
Perception roll. All right.
Perception roll. I love perception rolls. That's why I do them all the time.
So you don't like deception.
Deception.
That's going to be a 13.
13. Peering through the eye holes, you can tell by the blocks in the vision that your eyes themselves are probably looking through a row of books, between some of the books. Because of this, your vision is very, vertical. And looking around, you see a very quiet, well-kept library of tons of books. The center of the room appears to have a desk, sort of like a regular library. At the desk, there's a old woman sitting there with a rocking chair, and she seems to be like knitting something. She's just sitting there. She has gray hair and large spectacles that make her eyes look huge. And she's just an old lady.
Paladin ping. Is this a fiend, celestial, or undead?
The old lady?
The old lady, yes.
None of the above.
I don't trust old ladies.
Too much experience.
I'm gonna back up with Artie's, make sure that she can't hear us, and be like, what do you think we should do?
Surely an old lady wouldn't be as bad as a robotic spider, right? Metallic spider. I don't know what a robot is.
On the outside, she looks like an old lady. She could be, if this man can make metallic spiders, hell on earth knows what the guards are. That old lady could be anything except a fiend, celestial, or undead.
It's oddly specific, but yeah, you're right. Well, whatever we choose to do, I support your choice. I do think that, I don't know, even if it is just looks like an old lady, but it's actually something else. I mean, surely the two of us could take it on, right?
Fair enough.
There's only one of it.
Looking back through the peepholes, if I may, is there any windows I can see?
No.
No, darn. That would have been my only way. Through the painting!
Through the painting! It swings open, and it is another painting of Caesar, but he's in a different pose, wearing a different outfit. Still has that same cocky smile on his face. But you walk in, and immediately the woman turns, and her big glasses, just magnifying her eyes. She kind of lowers them.
Caesar, is that you? Caesar?
Taryn, I'm busy. What do you need?
I have a problem.
What's wrong?
There's a little red spot right there. Ow. It hurts when you touch it.
Okay, bring me some tweezers.
Is it a splinter?
I don't know. Go ask for some tweezers.
I'm sorry, He said it hurts when I touch it. I'd be like, well, don't touch it. I'm sorry.
Nobody asked you, Ben. Shut up. No. But the lady's just,
Caesar, is that you? Oh,
Uh,
haven't seen you play in that wall for a long time now. Come into the light. I cannot see you very well. Oh, where did my other needle go?
I'm gonna
Why
push
are you
Artie.
being so quiet?
I'm gonna push Artie forward and just be like, yes, Caesar.
yeah, yes.
Doug, you asked for this.
Yes, it's just me, Caesar. Hi.
All right, I'm gonna need you to roll for deception on that one. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Disadvantage,
no,
please.
Oh no, no, I'm
No.
way ahead of you.
He's got he's still
Oof.
his bardic.
You still have Bardic Inspiration. You can use it on this. Don't say you rolled in that one. Don't tell me you rolled in that one.
Well, no, I didn't. It'd be a D6, right?
Yep, a D6.
Get a 5.
Yeah.
You're not Caesar. Who are you?
I'll hide
Who are
behind.
you?
I'll hide behind Hardy for a second. Be like, yes, it was a ruse made by me. Indeed, I am the real Caesar. I'm sorry. I wanted to pull a little prank on you.
Oh, why you really must have been working out, my boy. Wow, has it really been all that long since I've seen you?
I haven't had time for books in a while. As you know, I'm staging my musical tournament.
Oh, yes, you've always been a fan of the arts. Well, what brings you into the old library? I figure you're too old for me to read to you anymore, so what can I help you with, my boy?
It's just it's been a while since I've been here, and I wanted to reminisce.
Oh, well, you know where all your favorites are. You just let me know if I can help you find anything. I know it's been a while since you've been in here. Do go on, have a look around.
Of course.
Bye. He just says, bye, and walks away. Let me see. This is what I get for not doing better, sending myself notes. We will go back to Tarnus and Jed. So, gentlemen, you are back in the hallways, making your way towards the direction you were. Now on your left is the silent corridor where Soot saw the guards in the courtyard. Beyond that, it seems that there is another passage going further on.
I will look at Tarnus and I'll be like, I think we should head back towards the screaming. I wonder if they're okay. There doesn't seem to be anything farther this way. Oh, Steve, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, I believe that is the best course of action. I do not believe a room full of guards is the best way to go.
No. So, Doug, I guess we're gonna head back back towards them to meet up because I think we have a piece of information that the only way to kind of continue with this little night op is to wait for the day, it seems, or at least find this Miss Letty. So,
Okay.
We're gonna find the others.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So, and we'll say you go ahead along the path. You see the dark liquid on the floor, and you figure that's probably a pretty good trail to follow as it trails through and leads back to the open portrait in the library. You step through, and the old lady turns to you too, and she goes,
Octavius. Oh, my boy, it's been so long. Oh, how you've grown. Oh, how have you been, my boy?
She was addressing me.
Yes.
Thank you, Doug. I appreciate that. I will say I don't know. What do I see in the room? I see everybody else in the room.
yeah. Just beyond her, a little bit back, you just see Artie and Daniel going through and just kind of looking at everything and just kind of like talking to each other about what they're seeing and stuff like that. In fact, Artie sees you and he just kind of.
I just walk over to them. I let him to deal with her.
Yeah. And she asked me, of course, how I am. Haven't seen me in a while. And I will say, why is that? Why haven't you seen me in a while? Where have you been?
No, well, it's simply just been a long time in the library, as you know. Oh, Octavius, I really haven't seen you in so long. I can't quite remember when I did see you last. Oh, you look well, though, my boy. You look well. You and your brother getting along, or is he up to his tricks? I thought he came in earlier. It was someone else.
No, knowing him, it was probably him. Yes. He's yes, very much so a trickster, is he not?
Not always, but you two boys have been the best of friends, it seemed, for many years.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. I must ask you, I was speaking with my dear brother, and we had a running bet on something. I was going to ask you, and I must ask you, you must be truthful with me, because I might win money off this, and you know how I like to disappoint him. How do you spell your name?
Oh, my boy. After all these years, you think you'll remember. I think your memory must be going. You've always called me Mama Letty, ever since your dear father and mother passed away. Now, it's Lettie.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. I knew it. I knew I was right. I'll prove him wrong. I'll win the bet. Thank you, Letty. Oh man. Oh.
Boy.
I must ask though. I'm more here on not just for the bet, but also I seem to be flustered. I was sick for a time. That's maybe why you haven't seen me. I was supposed to be speaking with a new guest we had, and was told that you were the person who brought food to this person. Her name would be, I believe it was, what did he say, dear brother? Martha said that you brought him food and that he wouldn't even disdain me with an answer. You know how tricky he is. He won't give me a straight answer ever.
Oh, no, Martha. Maybe one of his old girlfriends. You never know with that one, but no, I don't know, Martha. I'm always in here. I walk around a little bit to stretch the legs, but no.
So I instruct Soot to go up on his shoulder and tell him to whisper into his ear that she is with child.
Gotcha.
and
Just
mention
as
to the
a
old
reminder.
woman that she is with now someone with child.
Oh yeah, reminding me because of the situation. I get you. Oh, okay, yes. But this woman, she would. I guess that's not her name. Huh, I must have been foolish. But she's with child. She would have been very, pronounced. You understand, of course.
Of course, I understand. I know, but there have been no childbearing women in the palace for many years, my boy. Oh, it's funny you mention in my. Oh, where is it? Give me a moment.
And she kind of goes through her like cardigan thing that she's wearing. It's a more prestigious cardigan due to her job, but she digs out and in very old wrinkled hands that are kind of trembly a little bit, she holds out these. The best thing I can really compare them to are like they're medications of some kind, like a very primitive type of medication tablet type things. You recognize these because you are from this world and you know the norms in this world to some degree. But they seem to be a prenatal like vitamin of some kind. And she goes,
It's funny you mention that because I keep finding these in my cardigan every night. I have no idea why. I keep finding them, but I suppose if you find such a woman, here, my love, have this.
and she just holds it out to you, and her hands are like shaky and stuff.
I'll reach out and
Mhm.
grab the vitamins.
And she, whenever you take them, she kind of gently closes her hand around your hands and just gives you a little pat on the back of the hand. She goes,
My boy, I just want you to know I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You've ruled this kingdom well, and you've still always made time for your little brother. So please just remember family comes first. You are a good boy.
and she lets go.
Thank you. I always will.
Well,
Jed says with sincerity.
Yes. She does.
well, please enjoy looking around. You know I like the books arranged very particularly. But yes, look around. If you have any questions, just let me know.
I do want to say,
Yeah.
while this
First one.
conversation is going on, can I investigate for anything that seems important in the bookshelves?
Yeah, you can do that. I was gonna say, I mean, that's really it for her, unless there's more dialogue you're digging for.
My dice roll is slowly getting worse.
I started that.
It's gonna be a 9.
9.
9.
Well. Oh, that sucks. Did I do that? Yeah, I did. So you're looking around and there's no real like artifacts or items you can find. But and this is going to be kind of me stalling a little bit, but it's also going to be me just kind of like setting up the next session a little bit because it is getting a tad late. But you're going to, if I may, Ben, you're going to go through and there's just going to be a few books that stand out to you based on their titles. And so you're just going to grab a few of them and start piling them in your arms or in your bag or whatever you have on you. Those will, I will share more about those in the next session. But you have books on you now. And they're generally about, it looks like there's a couple on like the lore of the island, the history a little bit. Can I ask, is there anything you're looking for specifically?
Yeah, I guess anything on, like you said, the lore of the island. the lore of the kingdom.
Okay.
And anything was just like oddly looks important, if that makes sense.
Well, you pick up about 3 or 4 books, like I said, containing lore on the island, the kingdom. Based on the titles, you're like, okay, yeah, this is probably local history and stuff like that. One book that you pick up is actually has a more whimsical design to its title, brighter colors on the picture on front of it, and it's called The Land of Melody. And you go ahead and you pick that up. So yeah, it looks to be like a kid's book.
And with that, I'll return to the rest of my people inside the library after I assume they get done with their conversation and be like, let's discuss after we get back to our room. But how do we get back to our room?
Well,
Through the
I would think
painting.
there's either going to be a secret passage there, or we do have 2 god-esque looking people with us. We could probably walk back.
I don't know if I trust those disguises. We got a lead guard somewhere around. After he told someone to stay still, he's no longer there, so they'll be searching for fake guards.
True. What do you 2 think? By the way, did you find anything useful? Since we haven't had dialogue up to this moment with
Well,
all 4 of us.
I said we should discuss this in the
Yeah.
room. That's why I wanted to get back to the
Oh,
room. But
Gotcha.
Yeah, we'll discuss that later. 1 second, and I'm just gonna look around the room and look for something that would pertain to me, Doug.
I gotcha. You can do an investigation roll.
17.
17. You walk back and you're looking at some of the signs marking the genres of books that they are, and you go back and there's one in particular just past historical documents, and you find a music and poetry area, and very, very old books back there. Lots of them have dust on them. You're flipping through them, and you search for a few minutes. I'd say probably about 10 to 15 minutes. So you're really looking. You find a couple scrolls. You unravel them though, and they seem very ordinary. They don't seem significant whatsoever. By the end of it, you have not found the particular one you're looking for.
Okay, cool. And then I'll go back to the guys and be like, sorry, just had to peek around for my own tastes. Yes,
Seems like a lot of peeking around gets done in this place.
It does. Let us leave.
do you know if your devil can open back up the passage?
Well, Soot's in the room with us. But,
So is that a no?
I mean, we were able
mean-
to reopen a painting, so we just walk
Yeah.
over and open the painting.
You can get back in.
I meant the passage that the porn type puzzle thing that you closed.
Not sure. We'd have to see if there's a mechanical device on this side.
That's fair. Let's go do that.
You talking about the portrait that you guys came through to get into the room?
Yeah, the king portrait.
Gotcha. No, I mean honestly, yeah, you can just go back in. You gotta kind of like lift and pull. But yeah,
It's like
you
a
can
lever
get-
or something.
yeah. One of those places that once you know it's there, type of thing.
Alright.
But yeah, so everyone gets back into the secret corridor. What's the goal? We're just trying to go back to the room then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we all go back and come out as close as we could to the room. In fact, we actually go down a couple turns and then up a small staircase that goes up to one of the higher floors. It seems like that's probably the appropriate place. And as we're all walking through, there are 2, 4, 6, 8 holes in the wall, like more peepholes. You're looking through them, and you see bedrooms. You see bedrooms, one after the other, all with sleeping creatures in beds. Then finally you get to one, and the beds are bare except for one bed, which as you open it, it is your room. As you step through the painting, that is in your bedroom, and you close it
Huzzah.
behind you. So
Now quick access.
yeah, exactly.
Secret doors.
Secret tunnel
There you go.
through the painting.
So now that we're all back in the room, Artie goes, okay, so what did you all find?
Women.
Not again, Jed.
In masks.
Jed will smile and go, yes.
Being forced to wear uniform clothes and masks since Martha was brought here, apparently.
Okay.
It seems the woman that we just spoke to in the library was one of such we found out from the women that might know the location to Martha, though obviously you heard she seems to not know a lot of things. But she said she goes on walks, and they said that she brings the food to her, so we might have to tail her. But she does it in the morning. What?
Seems her mind is going.
Yeah. So, but we could definitely tail her. Hopefully. But other than that, we found out. Well, we saw what we've seen. I mean, there's multiple places where someone can be behind these walls and peek on us at any time. And it looks like you can get all the way to the game room that we were in earlier. Other than that, it just goes to the kitchens, it looks like. And on the other side, it goes to the grand hall, whatever you would call it, courtyard. And then...
Oh.
What is...
Okay, now I see you.
All right.
You went in and out for a second there.
Yeah. What'd you say the
we
last
lost
bit?
trace of them.
I was just like, what did you guys find?
Well, of course, we found the library, of course. Grabbed a couple of books that seemed interesting as I set them on a table. And besides what you saw, we also found, I'm going to take the robot spider and just like plop that on the table. That.
Fascinating.
Yes, and if you hold on for 1 minute, and as I start to cast Identify on it.
And does that fall into certain categories, or do I just tell you what the hell it is?
Let me read you what Identify does, and you do what you think you should do.
Okay.
Identify would essentially tell him exactly what it is.
That's fair. I'm willing to do that, but looking inside of it, the closest recognizable features kind of remind you of the inside of a clock. Lots of gears and springs and sockets, all metal. The black substance oozing out of it seems to be like a type of thick oil with a chemical smell to it. So this is a robotic spider.
Nothing magical about it.
No.
All right.
So yeah, we found books and a really scary Ama spider.
The spider. Do I recognize anything from the spider? Like, does it bring me back to any memories of maybe a tinkerer that I met when I first landed on the island at all?
Mm-hmm. Oh, the grin.
Do a history check.
16.
Yeah, it does.
Oh shit! What is this shit doing here? What the fuck is going on?
You recall particularly that this elderly man that found you washed up on the beach the morning that you and your friends, your original team, washed up there. He was very unique, worked on strange machines with cogs and springs using scrap metal from all around the island. And in particular, he had one appendage that was a robotic arm attached to his body. And this looks shockingly like it in its manufacturing. However, this is a bit more cleaned up.
Interesting. Jed will say out loud, this reminds me of a man that I met when I first got on this island. It's a bit more sophisticated, it looks like, not as haggard, but it kind of looks like his handiwork, almost. Interesting.
Did he seem to be for or against Ayamaki?
He was definitely against.
What was his name?
Would my history check let me remember his name? Because if it's written down somewhere, but I don't have that book anymore.
I'm going to say no because I'm blanking out on it as well. So I'm going to say no. We don't remember his name, but you remember his character.
I can describe him. I like what he looks like. So I describe him and how he looks. Looked, whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
he was actually in possession of the first orb.
Yep.
The orb of creation, was it?
I think it was the orbital utility.
Utility.
Yeah, that one. That's the one I meant to say.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. You guys, I went to the metaphysical shop and I found the orbs. And they glow in the dark. It's really cool. Oh, I'm dying.
You drop them all, they burst. Your screams come from them.
I have the 4 orbs in their correct color.
They have color? They're supposed to have color? I thought they're all just white
I assume
orbs.
they are larger than those.
Yeah, they are.
They're like this big.
Yeah.
Like the size of a softball or something.
Like a fushigi.
Fushigi! Pretty much. And yeah, the orbs are clear except for when they're glowing. When they glow these colors.
Dope.
So I'm guessing when we use a orb specific power, since the one that's combined 3 separate orbs? 2 separate? How many orbs do we have?
2.
We have 2? I thought we had a third one.
Not yet.
Oh yeah, third one's on the mountain. Fourth one's on the mountain. Third one's here. I remember.
And right now you have the sprite combination that's green. So you have green and yellow.
Why is it spicy? Freaking sprites. That's the first thing that popped in your head. Yeah, you got the sprite orbs.
Sorry. 7-Up. Is that better? Is that better, Matt? Does that make you happy?
No. That color scheme is different.
Sierra Mist.
Ew.
But I know. But yeah. So that is the correct correlation there. This is definitely a machine akin to the creations of that professor that was at literally the first session that we had.
Yeah, he was stealing my shit.
I have a feeling
he was taking the strings off my he was taking the metal off my freaking leer.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know if this is it, but this might be how he keeps eyes on everything.
It seems to be more, well, maybe.
It could be a combination of things. Maybe the hallways are ways that people that work for him can see, and he has another means. I certainly don't
He
think
used all those peepholes to spy with through this.
Well, apparently he hasn't entered, at least through the secret hallway in a while, says the old lady. So, I believe he probably has no further. Well, if you hear me out for a bit, his brother, what did she call you again, Jed?
Ottoman. Octavian.
Octavius, close.
Octavius.
Octavius. All right. Apparently, he used to rule, and they both used the tunnels decent amount.
Oh,
There's
we-
a good chance. What's that?
I was just gonna say we knew about. Octavian was the previous king
Yes.
because, I mean, from what we've heard.
Excuse me.
But I thought he was dead, right? Am I incorrect there? Or?
Well, yes. What most likely has happened is she does not know about his death and is currently living in a
Yeah.
state of
Illusion or something.
yeah. But what I'm saying is he might not use the tunnels anymore, as they are fond memories of his brother that he does not wish to be reminded of.
Hmm.
Or he is a terrible person and wants to probably stay terrible.
Maybe.
Well,
Jinx.
so. Oh, I was actually gonna say. Tarnis, do you have anything to add or comment on concerning everything so far?
Not currently.
Not currently.
There's not much to add right now.
Yeah, I got you. Artie
What's
is
it
gonna
look like outside the window?
Ah, yes, the orange glow of daybreak has begun to creep upon the horizon, leaving an orange line over the trees and water. The time is about here.
Gentlemen, I must bid you adieu. If I stay, it might draw his attention.
Yes, we wouldn't want to be caught up with his attention towards you. Might be caught in the crossfire.
I shall
Well.
see you on the next nightfall. I walk up to a wall, kind of make an outline of a circle. Darkness appears, and I just walk out of it.
Dope.
Before you get all the way out, Artie's gonna be like,
Mhm.
wait. Now, I know we probably didn't accomplish everything, but we still risked our necks to help you, as you did for us. So, is there anything you can help us out with?
Artie.
I will find a way to send word if I can find any information between now and then.
Okay. Till the next nightfall, I suppose.
Pass through the portal, and it closes behind me.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, that is perfect. You are perfect, Stephen.
Thank you.
Thank you for going through this with all of us. We'll probably do some some wrap-up dialogue and stuff amongst ourselves and everything. But I know there wasn't combat for you guys. I hope you were still able to enjoy it and everything.
Oh, I had a blast.
I still have fun.
Cool. Well, yeah. Hopefully, we'll have you again before too long, and I'll keep you updated as stuff falls into place or falls out of place, depending on how it all goes. But regardless, you have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for playing, and I'll see you tomorrow at work.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. All right,
right.
buddy. Well, thank you
Bye.
so much. Everyone say bye, Stephen.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you,
Bye,
Steven.
all.
And I'll kick him from the call.
Okay.